Welcome to Mother's Narrative Network. Before we begin, please like and subscribe for more daily uploads. Hope you enjoy today's video. Stealth Wealth Style: How to Look Expensive and Old Money Part 2. I agree, undo, but the lady you saw probably loves clothes and has time to think about them and buy them. I disagree that anyone will ever look expensively dressed in a cheap leather coat though. I think items like that have to be exquisite to be carried off. I wouldn't buy the Louboutins either. But my stiletto days are long gone. I'm afraid I think the only way to look expensive is to buy expensive, which is a bummer for most of us. Agree, your entire outfit doesn't need to be expensive, but the trouble is that we don't always notice the same things. Some people recommend spending more on bags, but that would be wasted on me 'cause I never look at them. And I always assume jewelry is cheap. I probably notice hair first. I think it's all about a beautiful coat, boots, bag and hair. It doesn't hurt to have a big ring. I think it comes down to good grooming, good shape, good fabrics and no flashy patterns or accessories. TBH, I think it is very hard to look expensive without having good taste to begin with. I know taste is subjective, but I noticed that very wealthy people with tacky taste I know IRL tend to still look tacky rather than expensive, no matter how many thousands pound they are wearing. I always buy my clothes and shoes in Monsoon and John Lewis and in the sales. No way I could afford the full price. I think I look groomed. I don't wear tracky bottoms, always clean looking, I hope. And I'd rather wait and save up for the yearly Christmas sales than go to Primark for my clothes. Sorry if any of you are Primanias. I agree, a lot of posters have described a classic a Sloaney look, but I think that's in part because it's a relatively easy way to achieve if you can afford good quality basics. I don't think classic always looks expensive though. I do think you need a good fit, good quality fabrics and the rest of the grooming, glossy hair, neutral makeup, and subtle accessories, to really achieve a polished or expensive look. I suppose I often default to a slightly Sloaney look for casual wear, although I'm about as far from being a Sloane Ranger as it's possible to be. Good quality jeans, boots, cashmere sweaters etc. are easy to wear and fairly forgiving. I also think if you are used to good quality things, you pick up something that is relatively inexpensive, but will swish and hang with a bit of panache, because you know the fabric's good and cut on the bias. I've found things like that in surprising places such TK Maxx and occasionally places like Principles. Does Principles still exist? There are plenty of expensive things that aren't well cut and don't hang particularly well. I take the point entirely about the classic as Sloane business and agree there are more fashionable ways to do it. But most of us don't need to be that dressed up all the time, perhaps for the odd trip to the opera, or the occasional lunch in the West End. But I'd look daft in my local Sainsbury's dressed in a suede skirt and faux long gilet however waggy my Surrey shop is. In Burlington Arcade as I pop through to King Street to meet a friend for lunch, yep. I'd get more dressed up and feel comfortable to do so, but not every day. Sorry, but Louboutins just scream tacky. The only people I know who still wear them are the young pa in my office, who blow their bonus on a pair and then wear them to death all year. The point at which people started painting the soles of their shoes with red nail varnish was the point the brand died. I've got a couple of pairs which I can't bring myself to throw out, so they are being mothballed until they have a resurgence, but I suspect it will be a long wait. I think anything that fits properly looks expensive. So even if you are slightly overweight, as long as your clothes fit you well, means you will look pulled together. I've found that it's better to buy something in a larger size and get it tailored to fit you, particularly jeans. I am a fan of silk shirts in a multitude of colors, plain or patterned. Banana Republic do decent plain ones that are worth buying in the sale. These I would wear with dark or white jeans, and always wear a belt with jeans. I believe it finishes the look. A blazer, cashmere V-neck jumper, or coat finish outfit. This is my standard everyday, year-round look. Good posture also makes a person seem more expensive. No slouching and no rushing. You have to amble like you have all the time in the world. Be slim. No tattooed or colored in eyebrows. No fake tan, or even an extreme real tan. Fake nails also a no-no. No fake hair extensions. No heels you can't walk in. No cigarette hanging out of your mouth. Subtle makeup. Nothing floral. No tassels, diamond or sequins. Basically nothing heading towards the extreme. Nice classic colors, clothing that fits well, good quality leather accessories. A good blow dry. Pale but healthy looking skin, if you're Caucasian, if darker. It's all about grooming, ongoing maintenance, and not going over the top in your clothes choices. Pieces should last for years. Don't forget the footwear too, if you're going for this look. Ideally leather rather than synthetic, and clean and polished. This looks expensive to me. Young, attractive, tanned, glossy, thick hair, preppy style, good teeth and white jeans. Great pick. They look gorgeous and happy, but honestly that peach jumper does not scream expensive to me. Liz Hurley wears MN's fave look, Breton top plus skinny jeans, albeit cropped, and manages to look expensive here. And here's Kate Moss looking fabulously expensive, and not a silk scarf in sight. Actually, maybe that pic of Kate Moss is cheating. Evening dress and fur coat, well, that's an expensive look for starters. But here is a more day look, very rock chic, and she looks expensive here, too. Although still not really a look for Tesco. Good underwear. You can wear incredibly expensive clothes, but the wrong bra, even though unseen, will give you a terrible shape, bumps in the wrong places, and awful posture. Find a decent bra, buy it in 3 colors, and you can get away with cheaper clothes. Likewise knickers, ones that give you a VPL, or that are forever disappearing up your backside, will do nothing for your style and comfort levels. You need the right underwear for the right clothes. Knowing when a wonder bra is appropriate is crucial too. Cleavage that looks like it'll take a small child's eye out is definitely not an expensive look on the school run, but might work in the evening. I'm doubtful it will ever work, but I might just be jealous. Good basic pieces is the next step. Never buying anything in a sale just because it's excellent quality, and VVVVV cheap blush. There's a reason that cashmere sweater is reduced to £15, and it's usually because the color doesn't quite work for anyone, or the length is just slightly too short. I have just culled my wardrobe of some lovely clothes bought in sales over the years. They'd make someone else look stylish, expensive, but the colors are just too dark or strongly yellowish for me, and will never make me look my best. I look great in turquoise and navy, but need to be much more careful with teal. I feel a bit of a hypocrite though, as my wardrobe is definitely tatty ATM, and I'm overhauling it as my NY project. I am guilty of too many Gap t-shirts and sweaters since having DC. As PP have said, grooming is also important. Brows make a huge difference. I feel desperately unkempt when my brows need threading or nails need doing. It is easier to wear a wider range of clothes if you're tall, but I don't think tall necessarily equals stylish or expensive. I know a couple of tall women who tend to stoop, so things hang badly and they look less confident. I know one of them has real problems finding well-fitting clothes too. It's a case of knowing what suits you. I have several friends around 5 feet 4 inches to 5 feet 6 inches, who always look expensive. Height isn't crucial. Yes, they are all slim. Personally, I think that wearing head to toe from one expensive shop or designer looks cheap. I don't really know why though. Chucking a e.g. Zara piece into the designer mix seems to liven it all up a bit. We'll watch this thread as I continue to chuck stuff into the charity pile. Expensive bag. Check. Skinny leather jeans. Check. Fabulous show-stopping shoes. Check. This is how I would look to step out to Tesco in my dreams. Love that 10-12 look UN ducks. Although I disagree on the 936 Kate Moss pic. I don't think that's an expensive look. Fur and tassely boots don't say expensive to me. This look conforms to the rules mentioned up thread. Simple colors, good coat, good bag. And classic lines, nothing too edgy. I never said expensive underwear. I have plenty of bras from JL and M&S, several bought in sales for less than £5. By good, I meant well-fitting, smooth etc. No faster way to ruin an expensive outfit than by having rolls of back fat spilling over the top of a bra strap, or having a weird profile, or by permanently hoiking up bra straps, which keep slipping. Actually, as a 30B 32C myself, I find a good bra makes a huge difference to how clothes hang, and yes, it does make cheap clothes look more expensive. I don't suggest a good bra would ever make a trashy top look good, but it can make a huge difference to a cheap high street dress. I have a £50 sleeveless dress from Zara wrong bra, with straps exposed, bumps from lace showing under the material, and no padding makes the dress look like a dish rag. A decent padded, uplifting, smooth bra with crossover straps made the dress look fantastic, and I received many compliments. Doesn't matter how much it costs as long as it fits well. Kate Moss never looks expensive. Her trademark style is lower middle class with more money than taste. Trucking the couple in that picture don't look expensive at all to me. They look safe and boring. I think there's a fine line between looking expensive and looking 10 years older than you are. It's a look Kate Middleton has perfected, unfortunately, although I realize she is going to have restrictions on her style of dress that most of us don't have. Personally, I always admire people who show some personality through their clothes, rather than those who look like they want to blend in. That said, clean hair, shoes etc. are always a winner. I work in a private school and lots of the parents look expensive. It's definitely about grooming. No grays in hair, which is well cut and nicely blow dried, not too long or short. Subtle jewelry, very slim figure. Simple clothes, which somehow look well put together, e.g. skinny jeans, often white or grey or black rather than denim colored, ankle boots, silk blouse, a shirt, a lace top, cashmere sweater, good bag. Kate Middleton is an interesting example, because in evening wear she looks amazing, but in formal day, where she always looks 20 years older than her age, and not very nice with it. In informal day wear, she does not manage to look chic, or expensive, since this thread is about looking expensive. Maybe she does not want to look expensive though, just innocuous and serviceable. Kate Moss, although she wears expensive designer clothes, sometimes looks like her clothes needs good washing. I also think people with a bit of money might spend a lot of cash on a black cashmere sweater, or a white fitted shirt, whereas people on a budget might spend the same amount of money, but they would want something visibly wow. Undo, to me that is the right formula. Spend on basics, not showy items like bags or high-heel glittery laubs. If I had a budget of £500, I wouldn't blow it all on a Mulberry or Vuitton. While my clothes are cheap looking, a bag or expensive laubs won't change the state of clothes or make them look better. I'd get a good cashmere or lambswool sweater, good everyday shoes, or well-made jacket. Buying the best for everyday wear is more important. A few weeks ago in Paris, an Asian tourist really caught my eye. She looked incredibly stylish. She didn't scream flashy designer. She had a trench on, but not Burberry, fits her so well. Simple Todd's penny loafers, a Longchamps pliage, bag in beautiful dark green, and plain scarf, that upon closer examination turned out to be an Hermes. I might have stalked her around the store to get a better look of her scarf. Blush, whether she was wearing designer pieces or lesser expensive brands, didn't make a difference. The overall result looked very well balanced, everything looked well made, and though she looked too classic for my taste, I noticed how good she looked. She made that simple nylon bag look so beautiful. I follow Alessandra Steinhair on Instagram, and always think she looks very polished and expensive. Okay, So she works in the beauty industry, Glamour magazine. So she has access to nice clothes and makeup, but she wears it well. I always notice her nice hair and brows. I think attitude has a lot to do with it. I have 2 friends who follow a lot of the rules mentioned here, always well-groomed, clean, classic style, etc. One of them has heaps of money, and one of them wants people to think she has heaps of money. There is a really subtle difference between the 2, but because I've known them over a decade, I do notice the difference, and it's in their attitudes. The friend who is worth a few million has an air of confidence about her. The second friend will happily tell you all about her new, expensive car, but the first friend is driving round in a Jag that's about 20 years old, spend more initially on something that will last and it saves money. Same theory as buying clothes upthread. She's not tall and doesn't have the long glossy hairstyle, but she has a presence about her and doesn't suffer fools gladly. She'll never be rude to a waiter or shop assistant, but neither is she trying to be their friend. Oh, and tan leather always seems to look expensive to me, but never Michael Kors. Fresh caramel highlights, a simple grey cashmere jumper with black skinnies, black Chelsea ankle boots and a plaid shopper will always look more expensive than brown home-dyed hair, a bright jumper, blue skinnies, and skyscraper high platform ankle boots. Princess Madeleine of Sweden has perfected this look, to me. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Before you go, please like, comment, and subscribe for more daily uploads.